As we continue through the historical books of the Old Testament, we come to First Samuel. First Samuel marks a transition in the history of Israel. The people of Israel have been settled in the promised land for a while now, and the judges have come and led them. And now Samuel, a young boy called by God, grows into a prophet who is declaring the word of the Lord to them on a consistent basis. And yet the people reject not Samuel as the prophet, but ultimately God as their king. Instead of trusting and following God as their ruler, they cry out, "We want a king. We want to be like every other nation. We want to have a military leader like every other nation. And we want to have a central government that we can put our trust and faith in." So God gives them exactly what they want in a man named Saul. The book of First Samuel is about the transition of leadership from Samuel to King Saul, ultimately to King David. We get so many familiar stories in this. Stories like David and Goliath, stories of the friendship between David and Jonathan. We get some crazy stories like Saul and the witch at Endor trying to raise Samuel from the dead. So many things going on in here, but ultimately the theme that the nation of Israel rejected God for an earthly king. How does this point us to the gospel of Jesus Christ? That there is a rejection in this world of God and his throne for us to be king over our hearts. And yet, God has a better plan. He sent his son, Jesus Christ, to be King of Kings and Lord of Lords, a greater David. David was a man after God's own heart, reigning as king and providing peace in the land. But we have a greater one, a greater ruler who would be the descendant of David, the son of David, the Messiah who would come. And as we put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ, we have salvation, this righteous branch for us that would spring forth life eternal. First Samuel points us to the gospel of Jesus